Hello and welcome back to Money on Purpose. I am Stephanie. Today it's on my heart to speak to graduating seniors as well as anybody considering a career change. So there were so many things that I didn't know when I was graduating high school. Nobody in my family before me had ever been to college, and those of my family that were successful were the type that, started a job and stayed in it for forever until they retired. So those weren't helpful for me. And then the rest of the people I know were struggling financially as long as I knew them. So today I want to show you a method to try to help you figure out what you want to do with your life, as well as to research jobs that you are considering and to be able to decide with a little bit more certainty if that's a good route for you to go. So this is onetonline.org. This is a great place to go to see specific job demands and things like that. Another one that I want you to heavily use is verify I am human job search site to help you with your research. I use Indeed. You can also use USA Jobs. These are government jobs if you're interested in working in the government. Another great one is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This will tell you macro data on just about anything you want to know about labor statistics. So I like ONET because it's more specific to occupations, job titles, and I feel like it's a little bit more user-friendly. So you want to come down here, you want to try to stick with an industry, a job category that has a bright outlook as far as job growth and demand. So there's a whole bunch of different ways you can search for things. I usually start here with bright outlook, and I start with rapid growth because theoretically this is the type of job that would be really hot after looking for people, and if you're going to be an entry-level employee, this is the type of labor demand that will benefit you the most. All right, so accountants, those are always in need. So if you have any interest in business, finance, bookkeeping, even if you're interested in running your own business, having an accounting background is extremely helpful. Now, for those of you who do not love math and you're not very good at math, try not to worry, because if the profession sounds good to you, so this tells you, subtitle, more specific titles that an accountant qualified type person could search for. And like I said, if you don't like to actually perform math functions, don't let that dissuade you, because there's plenty of technology these days, and if you can make a really good Excel spreadsheet and use Excel fairly proficiently, I wouldn't worry about the nitty-gritty details of actually calculating math problems yourself. An accountant these days would be heavily tech involved, so probably almost all of your communications will be email. That being said, that means you need to have a really good professional handle on how to communicate in emails, because there is an etiquette to it. There's a lot of nuance to it depending on who you're communicating with. If you're communicating with clients, the email language for them might be a little bit different than colleagues or supervisors. So keep that in mind. All right, so heading back, I think we're pretty familiar with accountants. Now, if you do love math, actuaries are basically the people that are like the human algorithm types. So these are the people that are taking a whole bunch of data, rearranging it in a way that would make sense in logical terms so that you can establish trends and things of that nature, usually sort of like an insurance company type deal or something like that. So these people would be very, very highly detailed, very good at math, statistics, data analysis for sure, 100% tech involved. Okay? Now, you're going to see my little kitty friend is here, buddy. Say hi. This is Fuzz. Technically, his full name is either Fuzzbutt or Lord Fuzzington. Anyway, so he likes to hang around when I'm talking. I don't know. Cats are funny. So what I was going to say is you're going to see a lot of nursing, medical field type jobs. If that interests you, I highly suggest that you become familiar with the different levels of nursing training, as well as what the work environment is like. If there is such a thing as a internship or some sort of thing you can do, volunteer, some sort of thing you can do to get a little bit of exposure to the industry, I highly suggest that. For those who don't necessarily want to be on the clinical side, that's an option too. So you could be a lab tech. I don't think they tend to get paid as much. I could be wrong. I was never really interested in the nursing field, so I don't know a whole lot about it. So of course, aerospace engineer, any type of engineering is pretty much always in demand. Just make sure whatever job you think you want, you're getting the proper educational credentials for that. Let's see. Artists, performers, and athletes, so business managers for them. Some things on here would surprise you, like some things that I would assume would not be in demand or don't make good money actually do, and they are actually in demand. So, agricultural space, so these are a bunch of different things on that. That is the current industry that I'm interested in. So if you are interested in that, so am I. So let's talk about it. Let's connect. Sure. Let's see. Aircraft, animal sciences. So those are in demand. Just make sure you do your research on these because you'd be surprised with like vet tech training and stuff. You'd be surprised sometimes how little education you actually need to get into these fields. So you don't have to waste your money. Let's see. Research, scientific research. Arbitrators, that would be some form on the legal side. It'll tell you what the education requirements tend to be. You can also search, you can come down here to training and credentials. You can select your state. Let's say I'm in Alabama. I'm not, but let's say I am. You can now search and you can see where you can receive the training that you think you need. It'll tell you what level that school offers, etc. So down here, skills, knowledge, education. So here's where it'll tell you currently what most of the people in this profession say you need to be able to do this job. All right. Ability, this is usually where it'll show like if the job requires a lot of physicality. So if you have those limitations, that would be something definitely you would want to review. What type of personality would be interested in these? Oh, and that's one thing I forgot about. you can take the O-Net Interest Profiler, and that'll sort of help you break down where your skills and attributes lie. Let's see. Here we go. Wages and employment trends. So it'll show you typical pay for this job. You can also search your state. Let's say again, I'm in Alabama. And this will show me typical wages for this job in my state and how that compares to the overall United States. So it's pretty amazing website. It feels very thorough to me. And then here, oh, let's see. Okay, Alabama, let's stick with you. No openings in Alabama. See, and that helps you also to know. It's funny, take things with a grain of salt. Do lots of research and sort of conclude your own assessment of it. Because even though it said the job outlook was bright, in Alabama there's no current openings. So I would question that. Now you could go down to these related occupation terms and see if that brings up job openings, or hop over here to Indeed, type it in, and see what it says in your area. Checking out the various associations that are associated, pun intended, with this job that you're considering will also give you an idea of sort of the vibe, the types of organizations that employ these people, so that'll help you know if that's the work environment that you want to be in. So, let's see, barber, let's check that out. Vocational school, on-the-job experience, or an associate's degree, usually at a vocational school, but okay, so here again is where you can look up where you can get the schooling you need, if any. Alright, let's go down to pay. So here you go. Let's try, I don't know, let's see what Kentucky says. Alright, so wages in Kentucky compared to the rest of the country. There you go. Not too terrible, right? Depends on what you need, I guess. Alright, so here are some related occupations to a barber. And then here you go, associations, so you can get an idea of the broader community, so to speak. Take lots of time and look through this. Become very familiar with the jobs that you're considering, especially if it will require a lot of schooling, because you're going to be spending a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort on pursuing something, and you just want to make sure that you can get a job doing it. So here's all the trades. The trades are great. Don't let people say they're not, because they are. In fact, the people that I know that are successful are in the trades. So if that, not that that says a lot, I don't know a ton of successful people. So, alright, yeah, music. So, I was looking for something for my husband the other day, and I forget what it was. Oh, he was like, I've always been sort of interested in film, but there's no demand for it and they don't pay well. And I was like, let me check it out. See? Producers and directors. That's what I found. So, there you go. Bright outlook. Historian. And then you can see how other fields can overlap into a field that you are interested in. So let's say you're already working on a business degree or a business administrative degree, a project management degree. You could probably switch over into this fairly easily. Producers and directors. Da-da-da. See, and it'll tell you, most require a bachelor's degree, but some do not. So it might behoove you to look around and see if there's a better way to get the training you need if you don't have access to college. Let's see. Interesting. There you go. That's about what the wage at least was in 2023. let's check out, I don't know, let's see what it is in Alaska. Okay. All right, Alaska. There you go. So if you are in Alaska and you are interested in producing or directing film, you have a fairly decent wage potential. So I highly encourage you to make a lot of use out of this website. The more marketable you are, the more valuable your abilities are, the more in demand you are, and likely the more money you will make. Here you go. So this will tell you, okay, what jobs can I get that I don't really have to do anything to prepare for? Like I said, I haven't used this one that much. I don't really have much interest in working for the government. I already did that in the military. So if you are a veteran, there are options for you as well. Now, another option that I know of for going to school, well, for any type of job search type thing for veterans, is the vocational rehab and employment section of the VA. And that is what I have used, and I'm about to continue using here soon, hopefully. And it's great. It's a bit of a process to get it rolling. If you can certify your eligibility before you separate from the military, that'll definitely speed up the process for you. Now, you are provided a counselor. I should do a separate video on this. I'll do a separate video on veteran stuff because it's, very specific audience as well as convoluted, and it's a lot of nuance to it. So anyway, for those of you that are about to graduate high school or you're looking for a career change, this is the way I would go about it for sure, to make sure that I'm not wasting my time, my money, my hopes and dreams. So this is what I would do. As well, I wanted to talk a little bit about student loans. So you have, first of all, before I get into student loans, everyone that is even remotely considering going to school, you should fill out your FAFSA, FAFSA. It's usually around March-ish that you should have it done by. Don't quote me on that. You need to look it up yourself. But you want to get it done early in the year because that's how you get priority funding. So, and even if you don't think you would qualify, do it anyway. It's not too hard. And then once you've done it once, to reapply or refresh, so to speak, your FAFSA, it's super simple. So it's totally worth doing. And the thing is, even if you don't think you qualify for grants or whatever, having an updated FAFSA usually is what your institution will use to see if you are eligible for school-specific or state-specific scholarships, grants, all kinds of stuff. So you absolutely need to submit a FAFSA if you are interested in any type of schooling. Community colleges, universities, they use that to determine your eligibility for other things. So it's 100% worth doing. Well, for those of you about to graduate high school, congratulations. And if you are considering how to fund your college, I will make a separate video about a little bit about student loans. I'm not super knowledgeable, but I do know a lot of things that I feel like most people don't really know, at least not in the beginning. So, congratulations. Really consider what you want to do with your life, and maybe start out with these bright outlook things, these broader, high demand things, and then narrow down later is a good strategy. As well as look at Indeed, look at job postings and see what they tend to require, what they tend to be looking for. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Stephanie, this is Money on Purpose, and my main goal for my channel is to show people my own personal getting out of debt journey, primarily using velocity banking to the best of my ability and what I think I am learning. So if you're also interested in that topic, please give me a like and subscribe. And I will be making mainly content about getting out of debt. Have a great rest of your day.